Yesterday, Anthony Joshua gave an interview on the potential Tyson Fury fight and discussed other things in his boxing career and life. And today, Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King, gave an interview about the potential Anthony Joshua fight and discussed other stuff as well. I'm going to talk about both of their interviews, but mainly zoning on the fight when they fight each other. And I'll cover other stuff, but briefly, because we all want to see the undisputed fight. So let's start with Anthony Joshua first. So he discussed the fact that he's finding lockdown a bit tough last year, and he had the whole of last year where he was sort of like isolated and had his freedom taken away. He then went on to speak about the Kubrat Puller fight, and he gave a really good breakdown on the tactics, the techniques, the mindset behind the fight, because Puller was very bullish. And I urge you to go and, if you like boxing, heavyweight boxing, go and check it out. It's a really good interview. I'm not going to cover that part of the JD interview they did, because obviously there'd be no point in checking it out if you were hearing mine. But I'm going to talk about his thoughts on the fight. So what he said that he feels that he's destined, his exact words were, ordained to do boxing and to do well at boxing. And he went on to say that when he does fight Tyson Fury, that when Tyson presents his verbal humor and does all the showmanship in the press conference, in the fight, with his hands behind the back, he welcomes that, because he's ordained to do well at boxing. He almost made it sound like he feels his mindset or his attitude is implacable towards anything in boxing, like he's destined towards greatness. So that was his thoughts. He was quite positive about the fight happening. There has been interviews last week by Barbara Rum and Frank Warren, Tyson Fury's promoters, and they both said the fight is more or less a done deal. And Eddie Hearn has also said that the fight's more or less a done deal, that we're just waiting for their team to sign, and then we're going to sign, but it's all looking great. On to Tyson Fury. So a little bit contrasting. So first and foremost, Tyson Fury had said that, I think he was joking, but he said that he's been drinking loads of beers, hasn't trained because he's trained so much lately with a lockdown, so he's taking his calories in through beers. I think he was joking. But he then went on to say that he doesn't think the AJ fight will happen next. He thinks it will happen, but not next. And if it is going to happen next, they've got to show him a ton load of money, and they've got to make sure that the conditions or the terms are right. So I'll give my opinion on that, because that's what I can give you. I'm not privy to the contract, but it sounds like there's things in the contract that he's maybe not happy with. It could be like who comes in the ring first. I don't know, that sort of stuff, whatever. And he then went on to say that in his contract with his promoters, he's due to have 2 fights this year. And he's going to have 2 fights this year, one in May, the other maybe in June, no matter what. And if it's AJ, it's AJ. If it's not, it's not. But he was more or less saying, don't hold your breath. I can't see it being AJ next. That fight will happen. But I could possibly fight Deontay Wilder for a trilogy next. That's a big fight. So he's out of, Tyson Fury's promoters, AJ's promoters, and AJ. Fury's the only one who sounds like the fight isn't really looking like it's a done deal, like it's close to being sealed. The only thing I got from his interview, what could be a stumbling block, was that he said he now fights in America and places like Las Vegas, the MGM, the T-Mobile, Staples, whatever. That's his fighting home, and he's not going to fight in the UK again. So based on what I've seen lately, a lot of the big fights, when a lot of money's involved, they might end up being in somewhere like Saudi Arabia or Dubai, because a lot of those business tycoons can invest and say, we want that fight over here and we'll pay this. And I'm assuming that the promoters and the boxers want the most amount of money for this fight, because it's potentially the biggest fight ever in boxing. And if Tyson Fury is saying, well, actually, I want to fight in America, then there could be a tug of war there. So I'm not too sure. But I'm going to leave Anthony Joshua's JD interview in the comment section. I'm going to leave Tyson Fury's interview today with IFL TV in the comment section. Give me your thoughts. Tell me what you think. Definitely check out his the AJ bit about the Puller fight. I think you'll like that if you're into boxing, okay? This is MSLB, Mark Stolinler's Boxing. Please like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Have a good day. Forgive my presentation, I've got a broken arm, but we'll get over that soon, okay? Bye-bye.